Hi. I want to talk to you about love. I have an abundance of love in my life, and it's a wonderful life. I live a great life. My wife is perfect, so that's pretty good. We're here celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary, and we're from Connecticut, so we thought, what a great place to go for our anniversary, to be surrounded by more love. So my question is, 27 years ago, this woman was brought to me somehow. I was 16 years old. How did I get so lucky? What was I doing? I didn't know anything about the law of attraction or the universe.
Well, these are things you have to ask yourself because, and we're happy to play with you, but do you think it's possible that you had some momentum going even before then?
It must have been.
What was going, well, for sure. In other words, but so sometimes it is helpful to identify the components of that. How are you feeling?
Then?
Yeah, had you developed patterns of were you going to those meetings about how to prevent horrible things from happening to you? Or were you still in a place of positive expectation?
I don't know. I think I was...
So you're saying, Abraham, I wasn't consciously doing any work, so how did good things come to me? And we say, because you weren't doing that thing that you learned to do later that keeps good stuff from coming. In other words, when you walk into a room, you don't look for a dark switch. You don't expect to find some switch that makes inky, misty darkness come in and cover up the light. You know that there's a resistor that can stop the light from coming. So it's natural that things work out for you. You weren't lucky, you were normal. That's how it was supposed to be. It is incredible that when something goes well, you say, wow, what happened? What happened? How'd that happen?
Right.
I thought by then I'd be hit by a truck or something. It's supposed to work out well for you.
I agree.
It's supposed to work out well. And the more you acknowledge, you see, focusing on how good it is working out is what keeps more good from coming. Keeps more good coming. And if there's only a little good and there's some stuff you don't want and you're focused on the part that is good, then before you know it, good replaces the not good. Because you stop doing that thing that is keeping the good from coming. There's no source of badness or source of evil. There's no source of unwanted. There's just disallowing wanted, you see. So the answer to the question has to be, you could not have been doing the thing that was keeping what you wanted from coming because it came. And in a sense, what you're asking ties in really nicely with the harassment that we gave you all at the beginning. When we were saying, do you know? Do you know? And we say, we don't think you really know, because if you really knew, you'd be living it. So you say, I lived it. And we say, that's because you knew it. But you're saying, but what did I know?
Right.
What did I know? And we say, that's an answer that must be answered with emotion. How'd you feel? How'd you feel? How'd you feel? Because how you feel lets you know what you know. If you feel good, then you know alignment. If you're feeling ornery, you don't know alignment in this moment. You might have heard of it. You might have heard a tale of it in a faraway city. But you don't know it unless you feel it, you see.
I think I had no resistance at that point in my life, so it just came to me freely.
Yeah, no resistance. Yeah. So what do? Is resistance a normal part of physical experience? Yeah. Keeps your Earth spinning in its orbit. In other words, there has to be that. There has to be that balance. But you have control over whether you are in alignment with the end of the emotional scale that feels good, or whether you are in alignment with the end of the emotional scale that doesn't. It's really interesting because most people are offering most of their vibration based upon what they are observing. And so it's possible that what you were observing or what you were bumping up against was primarily uplifting. Or it's possible that you were born with such enthusiasm into this time-space reality. You come with such eagerness and such authority. You come with such knowing, such sure-footedness. You come with such eagerness and such fantastic anticipation of your ability to create. And it takes a while, as you're comparing yourselves with one another, to begin to lose your sense of right place, right time, that place of invincibility. You sort of beat up on each other and on yourself. And so then later you come to a gathering like this, and sort of like peeling the layers of an onion, we sort of help you to let go of that and let go of that and let go of that. We can't say to any of you, because words don't teach, just give up your limitations and stop arguing for them. Stop using them, stop doing that thing you do to mess up the frequency and your point of attraction. But when you have those memories, those experiences where good things happen, and that we're encouraging you to look into your past, but even more, we're encouraging you to look right here, right now. We're encouraging you to think about what happened yesterday and how it felt and what desire it produced within you. And then we're asking you to find that new desire that was produced, that was amplified. And then we're asking you to find thoughts that amplify the feelings of that and practice it until you own it. And then when the manifestations start sweeping in, Esther has been in Del Mar and attracted some people to help her clean up her house who were horrible. Really nice people, though. Really nice people, but really, really, really not up to the task of even understanding. It was shocking. Shocking. There's a beautiful bowl, her favorite thing in the house. And she said, don't pick it up or don't move it. Just sort of dust around it. And then Esther's sitting and editing and has her earphones on, looking at the screen. And she can see in her peripheral vision, the mirror over it is being wiped. And the mirror is swinging from side to side to side. And Esther began laughing because the evidence of what she didn't want was so vivid. So vivid. And then there was the dusting of some hanging chandeliers, and they were swinging a full foot in either direction. And Esther said, "All righty-dighty, I think that's clean enough. I think that's about as clean as that's ever going to get." And then she had a lengthy segment with herself of beating up on herself for attracting something so opposing to what she wanted. And in the process realized, hey, I also am very, very clear about what I do want. And then visited about what she wants and why she wants it. Now, it seems a simple thing. Seems a really simple thing. Anybody ought to be able to get something as simple as that taken care of. Unless your vibration's out of whack about it. Because what she was really remembering is the housekeeper that came with a vacuum that had something wrong with one of the wheels, and apparently didn't know it until she had vacuumed the whole house and scratched the floor everywhere. Oh, sorry we brought that up to you. Because now it's in your vibration. And then there was the one who, very well-meaning, had a bottle of some kind of oily substance, and she put it on every surface in the house. And it took Jerry and Esther a month to wipe it off of things. It was like baby oil on everything. That was what was in Esther's vibration. In other words, Esther didn't get out ahead of it before these people were called. She just wanted someone to come and miraculously be different than her vibrational point of attraction. And instead the universe said, you remember those that you didn't like before? Well, you're really not going to like these. You're really, really not going to like these. These will be the perfect ones that you will not like. Because you're not out ahead of your vibration at all. You're right there in the vibration. And just the thought of calling someone sort of struck terror to her heart. You see. But now she's wiser because we've been having these conversations about what's going on vibrationally. So now she's talked, she thought about it. She thought about what she wants. Sort of made a list of the things that matter. They didn't bring their own supplies much, but they managed to put something on something that, well, it was shocking. So now she's thinking about what she wants, sort of making a list of what she wants. And within 24 hours, an avenue opened for exactly what she wants to come into her experience. Now, we're encouraging her to do more lining up, because someone with a vibration going on can even evoke bad work from good people. Isn't that nice to know? Since everyone is multidimensional and everyone has the potential of giving you some of what you want or giving you some of what you don't want, do you really want to assign the label to them, or do you want to assign the label to you? So we don't call it lucky. We call it vibrational integrity. We call it vibrational alignment. We call it knowing what you want, being what you want, being the vibrational equivalent of what you want, being the vibrational equivalent of what you want about that and about that and about that and about that and about that, you see. So you were, without knowing it, the vibrational equivalent of what you wanted. And you have the capacity, all of you do, of being the vibrational equivalent to what you want. But it takes identifying it. How do you know what you want until you get some of what you don't want? And isn't knowing some of what you don't want as good as knowing what you want, because it's helping you to identify? So isn't it time to make peace with all of those that come to you that help you? Shouldn't Esther be as happy as ever about that glorious experience she had with the swinging chandeliers to understand what she really wants? Weren't they an important component to it? And aren't they as valuable to what's coming next? You see? Life is really supposed to be fun. And you're supposed to get what you want. But you have to figure out what it is that you want. Because the vortex already knows what you want. What you want is already in the vortex. The vortex already is what you want. You just verbalize it and practice the vibration of it until you get what you want, until you live what you want, till you are what you want. So let's leave this by saying, first you got to be what you want, and then you get to get what you want. So how are you going to be what you want? How do you be prosperous? By feeling it. The money in your bank account has nothing to do with it. And don't take that the wrong way. The money's coming. But you got to be vibrationally prosperous. You got to be full of fun. You got to be happy. You got to be glad. You've got to be love. You got to be love to receive love, you see. We think you be love.
I be love.
Good time for a segment of refreshment.